Hey everyone, I am so excited to introduce you to the newest member of my fishy family here, King Poof. He is my little pea puffer, otherwise known as an Indian puffer, a dwarf puffer, a pygmy puffer. My goodness, there's so many names for these little guys. He's so tiny, but he's a vicious little killer, and that's exactly what I want him to do. You see, this little pea puffer I got not as an aesthetic piece, but as a utilitarian fish. See, there's a problem in some of my tanks. They're called bladder snails, or pond snails, or Malaysian trumpet snails, or ram's horns, and I hate them. I hate them so much. And the main diet of one of these types of puffers are snails, small snails like that, which is perfect. Now, it is true that pea puffers, due to their aggressive nature, don't really mix well with other types of fish, and have also been known to attack shrimps like cherry shrimps. But you know what? That's okay, because I'm phasing out my cherry shrimp production on this tank, because I'm going to be switching over to Bloody Mary shrimps, which are more specialized, and I just realized I should have cleaned the glass a little bit before I started filming, which is a quick job, so hopefully this will make it easier to see. So for instance, there's a cherry and there's some other cherries. Now the rest of the cherries in this tank are super low grade, because these ones are the culls. You know, they're just there because I haven't gotten around to getting rid of them, and I thought, hey, why not let them be food for King Poof? Because that is what I named him. He is a puffler fish. He is a puffler waffler fish. Yes. He is an incredible fishy. And right now he is acclimating to the water. I got my FA18X drip acclimator. I love this thing. And he's been acclimating for the last, I want to say, hour or two. Very slowly, just a few drips per second. And, you know, he's doing quite well. I think it's a he. Could be wrong. I don't know how to sex these fish. This is my first ever puffer, and I'm so happy because I've wanted a puffer for a while. And this guy is actually freshwater. There's a lot of puffers that tend to be brackish or marine. There's a few that are freshwater, and this little guy is one of them. And despite his small stature, he is going to be a vicious killer, which is exactly what I need. So, in just a moment, I'm going to be releasing him into the tank, and we'll kind of go from there. So, let's go ahead and take care of that. And Poof is out and about in the tank now. Now, the great thing about puffers, including these pea puffers, are they are, despite the small stature, very intelligent fish. These fish can recognize their owner. They are a stalking-based predator fish, a stalking-based predatory fish. So they don't just outright attack their prey. They will stalk, analyze, and figure out everything about their prey before they attack it. So puffer fish love to observe. And because they're very smart and they can recognize their owner, it can be very interactive. So I'm going to let little Poof here adjust to his new home. And, you know, it's going to take him a little while because where he came from versus where he is right now, water parameters are very different. That's why I decided to make sure he went through a very slow drip acclimation over the course of time. And from what I understand, he's already been acclimated to feeding on flake-based food, which is perfect. Getting a pea puffer to eat flake-based foods is very difficult because a lot of these pea puffers still come from the wild. There's not too many that are tank bred, but the ones that are tank bred do a lot better with your average fish foods that you can buy. Now, they still have to have a diet of snails. Their teeth never stop growing, from what I understand, and they need the shells to kind of gnaw their teeth down so they don't get too big. And it is important to choose bladder snails versus Malaysian trumpets all the time, because a Malaysian trumpet snail shell could be too strong and hurt little Poof's teeth. And he's gone behind the little filter now. But, oh, there he is. So, bladder snails have a softer shell, which is about the right hardness. And a little Poof here is just going to have fun. This is a 10-gallon tank that he's in. And hopefully within a quicker amount of time than the stupid assassins that I got like 60 to 70 assassins, and they just take forever to do what they do, because assassins eat one snail and then hibernate for 2 days and then eat another, and so they're very slow. Poof here should be much quicker. Granted, Poof will be a lot messier, because he's just going to tear apart whatever he decides to eat, and yeah, leave the remains to rot. So for that reason, these guys are very dirty eaters. But yes, pea puffers can be vicious, but they can also be gentle. Whether or not they'll get along with shrimp is completely dependent on the individual puffer. Some of these pea puffers do amazing with shrimp like cherries. Others will annihilate your shrimp colony. And, you know, which one will and which one won't, totally random. I suspect, you know, in the wild versions of these fish will probably be more aggressive than tank bred. But only time will tell, and you know what? If Poof decides to eat the culls, these red cherry culls, I'm really not going to care. I actually encourage it, because Poof's job here is not only to have a big tank for his size, for him to have fun, but also for him to annihilate the snails and get this tank ready for a completely different setup for breeding Bloody Mary shrimp. And I definitely don't want my Bloody Mary shrimp to breed with these low-quality red cherries. So Poof is a utilitarian fish in this case, but he's also my little buddy, and I'm so glad that I got him. And I thought you guys might be interested in seeing the little guy. And he is super tiny. Like, legitimately, this cherry shrimp right here is bigger than Poof. So that's another thing, is they'll consider their size versus the size of their prey. I mean, they'll definitely probably attack. Well, I'm not sure. They'll probably be more comfortable attacking adolescent or baby shrimp versus adult shrimp. So yeah, you never know. I'll definitely let you guys know Poof's attitude towards everything once he gets totally acclimated to his new tank. Because, you know, he might be the most gentle, loving, caring little puffer, or he might be a vicious, bloodthirsty killer. I just don't know yet. But it's going to be fun watching him, and hopefully Poof will start to recognize me and play games with me soon. So, because I come down here a lot. This is my fish room after all. So, I'm going to say goodbye to you for now, Poof.